is still with me, and I think about her every day, and today's her birthday. So this is what we get to do. We get to show our ancestors that we're a declaration of life. So showing my grandma that I'm a declaration of life, and that we can heal ourselves and heal our bloodline. I think about how I get the opportunity to heal the bloodline of my grandma and her ancestors because of what they grew up in, and some opportunities that she didn't get because she grew up in rural Mississippi and then had to move up to Illinois and just live during Jim Crow and all those times, right, y'all? My grandma was born in 1936. So y'all, when I talk to y'all about you don't have to hold on to one way of being, that you can change your mind, you can change your bloodline, and you can change the generations to come. Do y'all hear me? But first, I need y'all to look at yourself. So when I say turn those screens off and sit down and look at you, I mean that. Like, look at yourself, look at you. So how do we look at us? Like, somebody was asking me, like, what do you mean by that, Cree? What do you mean by, see your true self? Your true self, like, to be able to see your true self is seriously turning those screens off and turning off all this noise and distraction, and then sitting and looking at you. So let me tell y'all some ways in which I look at myself, right? I rarely ever turn the screen on in the sense of just sitting down watching a movie or watching something. I just feel like I would rather read a book or study me, like do some writing or go sit in nature or do things that bring me in instead of take me outside of myself. So starting with the breath, y'all, turn the screens off and just be with your breath for a while. Turn the screens off. Hey, Uncle Xandor, Uncle Z, today Mama's birthday, and that's what I was talking about. But y'all, turn the screens off and just notice your breath. And y'all know what Dana out in Baltimore says, how you breathing is how you living. So how is your breath? Spend some time just sitting and noticing your breath, noticing your inhale, noticing if you're breathing in through your nose or breathing in and out through your mouth. And notice that whatever type of breath you have, it begets further of that breath. So if you have a clean, healthy breath that's through the nose and it's deep from the belly, the diaphragm, then it will continue. And then the relationship with your mind, your attitude, your body, all of that will work together and flow together. But if you got a high in the chest, erratic breath, or this fearful breath, or this anxious breath, then that continues the feelings of anxiety and the feelings of like not being well. Do y'all hear me? So sit and notice your breath. Turn the screen off and sit and look at you. Okay, y'all? All right, so what else can we look at? Let's look at our brain. Let's look at our thoughts. Let's look at the messages that we're telling ourselves, especially when things feel challenging. Y'all, I got a perfect example this morning, y'all. I was up minding my business, about to have me a good old bike ride, early in the morning. And then my middle daughter calls me freaking out, freaking out, y'all, because she didn't get up in time to register for her spring classes. Now, this baby girl is like literally freaking out. And the things that she was saying to herself, I just sat there quiet and I just sat there listening to the way she talked to herself. And I don't know why she talked like that, y'all, because she didn't get it from her mama, because her mama always like, let me take a breath. When something challenging comes, let me take a breath and just look at this. Let me calm down and just see what I want to do next. Let me just breathe, right? So I'm telling my baby girl, I said, what do you need to do next? Like, she's just like, oh my gosh, why does this even, she's just ranting with all these statements, right? Her thoughts are just going all over the place, like racing like a jet plane, right? Remember how I told y'all that the thoughts will race like a jet plane? And for me to tell her to calm down wouldn't have been effective, because that would have frustrated her more. So y'all know what I started doing? Even though we were on FaceTime, I just started making my breath intentional, a big, strong inhale and exhale, because that baby needed to co-regulate with me. She needed to co-regulate with my nervous system. And y'all know that about kids. Their nervous systems are always scanning, looking for a healthy nervous system to co-regulate with. So that's what my baby needed me to do this morning. So I didn't get to do my bike ride, because I was sitting, breathing, trying to help her bring down some of those anxious feelings and those thoughts. So y'all, when I tell you to turn off your screens and look at you, I had to sit down, let my baby look at me, watch me be calm, right, y'all? So what else? What else can you watch? Turn off Netflix and watch you. Watch your emotions, right? Watch your energy in motion. Y'all know that's what emotions is. Energy in motion, right? And we know that whatever we focus on in regards to our emotions, they get bigger, right, y'all? So if we having a day where we just feeling frustrated and we just like say things like ain't nothing going right today, or just like people talk about 2020, this is just a messed up year, and all that does is evoke more emotions of anxiety and stress. That's what it does. So if I'm sitting and watching my emotions and I see, you know, some frustration or a little resistance come up, I get to sit and watch and say, okay, what is that about? Let me see what's happening there. What's something that a conversation that I may have been in, or maybe something that was said to me, but let me watch those emotions so I can take responsibility for them, right, y'all? I want to take responsibility for everything that's coming in and through me. And then, just like my grandma used to say, she used to work at addictions facilities. So if something comes my way and if it don't apply, I just let it fly. We used to say that at the clinic, y'all. If it don't apply, let it fly. I just let it pass on through me. I ain't even got to sit with that no more. Y'all get what I'm saying? Yes, the ocean breath calms them every time. Yes, I had to. Girl, I done taught these babies all kind of breaths. They be like, Mom, we know, go to our breath. Yes, go to your breath. That's a way to sit and look at you. All right, y'all. How else can you watch you? What and who you know. The people you know and what you know. Does it bring you energy? Does it bring you energy to your body, or does it take away? Does it take energy from your body? And when I say what and who you know, y'all know it be a lot of stuff, a lot of information that people post on Facebook, on social media, or even on TV. Some of that stuff I don't need to know. I don't need to read it. I don't need to subject myself to it. It's just like, how can I have balance in this world? But some things I just don't need to know. It's a whole lot of times, y'all, that I'm in a group with my cousins, with my family, with my aunts, and we have a whole group text, right? And it's a lot of stuff they put in there that I don't need to know. And I just have to scroll on past that. So being responsible for what I'm watching and how I'm watching me and what and who I need to know. It's some stuff I just don't need to know. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? And then can you excuse that curiosity in you? Say, excuse me. You know, when you feel a little pinch of curiosity where you want to be like, let me see what they talking about. And you know it ain't good that they talking about, and you know it's not life-giving. Can you excuse that little pinch of curiosity in you and say, you know what? I'm not that curious. I don't need to know that. Do y'all get what I'm saying? Because that happens a lot of times where we're just like, oh, let me see what they talking about. But we know before we even check, before we even open that tab or open whatever it is up, we already know that it's not life-giving. So why even go into that door? Why even walk into that door when we know that it's not life-giving? So when I say watch you, girl, turn off that screen and watch you, I need to turn it off and watch me. Watch what and who I know. Like, what do I know? Is there some things that I just don't need to know? It's a whole lot of stuff that I don't need to know. And I'm okay with that. So, Sheikah, what you say? You said that, surrounding yourself with positive people. And just how real it is, Sheikah. How real it is that you can, it don't take me long to go ahead and kind of assess, do I need to be in further conversation with this person and what they're talking about? The moment, it could be family member, friends, whatever. The moment they move into conversations that aren't life-giving, and I ain't judging nobody, if that's what y'all want to talk about, that's good for you. But the moment that starts up, I'll be like, oh, girl, let me call you back. I got to go out here. I got to go out here and get this stuff together. I mean, I would say anything like, girl, let me talk to you later. It ain't nothing else for us to talk about. If you're not talking about life-giving things, it ain't nothing to talk about. All right, you said this good cousin. Okay, so this is a big one for y'all. And I'm about to drop this on y'all, but I'm not calling y'all out. I'm calling y'all in because I love y'all, right? Ain't nobody calling you out, so don't take it that way. I'm calling y'all in because I love y'all. How are you with your movement? Girl, turn off that screen and go watch you in regards to your movement. And I know I say this, y'all, but just like I said earlier, y'all remember the statement that I said earlier? Show your ancestors that you are a declaration of life. And how can you do that? Show up different in your body and the way you take care of this body, and guarantee yourself that you will turn off that screen and get up and move every single day. Y'all remember when I talked about movement and how movement is a reflection, your external movement is a reflection of the movement inside of you? And y'all know everybody want to be healthy, and everybody gets upset with cancer and gets upset with all these ailments. And especially for people of color, y'all already know that we already prone to high blood pressure, diabetes, and I can go down the list, right? So if that's the case, then take responsibility for that wellness that you want in your body. Your movement is part of that. So the same way that you move on the outside of you will be reflective on the inside of you. So we need movement so that all of our cells are supplied with oxygen, right, y'all? So that all of our cells are supplied with oxygen and all the nutrients that they need, right, y'all? So get up and move. So girl, turn off that screen and go watch you. Go watch your butt move. Go watch your butt get on the bike and dance. Go watch your butt take about 10 walks around the block or go for a run. Whatever you got to do, move your body, right? Okay. Here's the last thing before I go, y'all. So I say turn off those screens and watch you, because y'all heard of tech neck. So just the way we're sitting in front of a screen, and y'all know it's really exaggerated now, we're always in front of the screen. So here's tech neck. I even found myself like this yesterday. So let me sit sideways so y'all can see what I'm talking about. So tech neck is because we have the screens in front of us, we're always kind of like this. Do you see what I'm saying? We're always like looking at our screen and our neck is kind of forward. And when in actuality, we need to push that chin back and sit up straight and have just the spine straight up and down instead of like this. And that just does so much damage to our like C1, C2, C3, C4, all of them, y'all. It starts to affect our vertebrae, right? It starts to affect our spine. So even hunching over, moving forward, girl, get off that screen and watch you. Watch your posture. Watch your posture. Are you sitting up straight? Is the spine long? Or are you dumped down into yourself? Y'all see that? Y'all see the difference in that? Notice how that affects your emotions. That affects your thinking. When I'm sitting up like this as opposed to like this, what y'all think? How do y'all think my energy is flowing? Y'all look at me sitting like this. That don't even feel right in my body. But pull yourself up. Sometimes I'll be like, I told y'all, I tell my kids, sit up straight. Lift your head up. Come on now. That's how the energy flows. You said that hump. Yes, that hump. Right like this, right, y'all? So, y'all know what? I'm going to end it with this. We can reject business as usual, right? We can reject business as usual. We don't have to practice the things that we've been doing. We get to change. Ain't that the beauty of life? We get to change. We get to always be in ING mode, right, y'all? And here's the last thing I'm going to say to y'all, and I want y'all to breathe through this. Y'all close your eyes and put your fingers right here, because this is a serious statement I want to make to you. Everybody, put your fingers right here and just notice your existence right here. Notice this privilege of existence with your fingertips right here, and close your eyes. Y'all ready? I want you to ask you this question. Right now, I want you to ask you this question, especially as we think about our ancestors. And y'all, I'm going to always think about my ancestors. I'm going to always show my ancestors that I'm a declaration of life. And I'm living because of what they fought through, right? Because of the things that they overcame and the things that they made it through, right? I'm going to show my ancestors that I'm a declaration of life. And I'm not going to take this life for granted. I'm going to take each breath and enjoy it and keep bringing joy into my body. So here's my question to you. What do you give life in return for this privilege of breath? What do you give life in return for this privilege of breath, right? So let's begin to cast a spell, y'all. Keep your fingers right here. Keep your eyes closed. And when I say cast a spell, I want you to think about casting spells is just like speaking something into existence, making it so. Let's cast a spell that would make our ancestors proud. The words we speak and the language that we use when we talk about ourselves, let's speak life, right? And even when we talk about another, speak life over them. I don't care what they've done to you. That's some mama's baby, right? So let's make our ancestors proud. Let's speak a spell that can always see us enlighten ourselves and be full of joy, right? Let's speak light over ourselves, right, y'all? Let's speak a spell that will remind us who the F we are, right? And who our ancestors created us to be, right, y'all? So we invite that joy and that aliveness into our bodies. And we're going to turn the screens off, and we're going to participate in taking responsibility of how we show up and how we move and how we think and how we feel with our emotions, all of it, y'all, right? So everybody take a breath in and breathe out. What do you give life in return for this privilege of breath, y'all? I say Ashe too, brother. Y'all know Ashe is from the Yoruba people, and y'all know a lot of us are descendants of the Yoruba people. So Ashe, y'all go Google that for those people who don't know what Ashe means. Y'all, yes, we get to make our ancestors proud. And we get to remind ourselves that, yes, we are a declaration of life. Yes? All right, y'all. Guess what? I'm about to go get on my bike and move because my baby girl needed me this morning, so I didn't get to take my bike ride. But I'm about to get on that bike and move now, y'all, so that I can sit with me. so that I can notice me, watch the thoughts that move through my body, watch my reactions when I'm going up a hill and it gets real tough. Watch the moments where I want to give up and how I just go ahead and ride on through that. Watch those moments when my breath gets really fast and I start breathing through my mouth. I get to watch all of that every time I get on my bike. Y'all, it's a reflection of our lives. Come on, y'all. Come on. Okay. Come on, y'all. That's all I got to say. Yes, Ashe. And Ashe to all of y'all. Ashe. Y'all have a good old Friday, and y'all celebrate my grandma Lily B birthday. Today's her birthday, and what a queen she is, and she was and still is. Y'all come on. All right, y'all.